Today is the day I'm going to be doing a paycheck review. I'm going to be telling you what my salary looks like as a band 5 nurse with NHS Scotland. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, hi, my name is Imolia Yobusari and I am a Nigerian registered nurse and midwife. I'm also a United Kingdom registered nurse. I live and work in United Kingdom presently. Just like I said, I'm going to be talking about my salary today because in the previous videos that I made about my relocation to Scotland, there have been comments asking me to explain what the salary is like, as well as the deductions you get every month in the UK, for them to understand what exactly the salary structure is like. To be very honest, the UK salary structure is very, very different from Nigerian salary structure, which is where I previously worked up until last year, November. So the first thing I am going to be talking about is the fact that since I have started working in NHS Scotland, I've been working and I've been getting my pays since December 2023, and there has not been any 2 months and I'm earning the same pay. Unlike in Nigeria, where if your pay is 100,000 naira per month, every month end you get 100,000 naira paid, regardless of if you worked day shift, night shift, afternoon shifts, or you were on annual leave or any other thing like that. Whereas here, you are paid based on your hourly rate, which is why there are days where there are months rather, if I work weekends, if I work night shifts, if I work on public holidays, the pay is going to be different from months where I don't do a lot of that or I do none of that. Okay, that is why I decided to pick just one of all the paychecks that I've printed and decided to use the one that I felt is going to be easiest. And so I have with me my payslip for the month of 2024, and I'm picking that particular payslip because that was the first band 5 payslip I got. Prior to this moment, I have been getting my band 4 pay. If you're wondering why that is so, it is because you are not going to be paid as a band 5 nurse immediately if you're coming as an international registered nurse and you have not yet gotten your nursing pin. So all through the time that I was working, trying to get my OSCE completed and waiting for my pin, I was paid as a band 4 registered nurse, or as a band 4 nurse basically, which is lesser than what a band 5 nurse would obviously get paid. Another thing to take into consideration is that not all band 5 nurses earn the same thing. Your years of experience as a registered nurse will be taken into consideration by your trust, and based on their judgment of your years of experience and your competence, you might not be started at the basic pay for a band 5. But for the purpose of this video, I am going to be using what was the basic pay for a first-time nurse, or like a fresh graduate nurse in the NHS. That means if you're coming out fresh from school, you're graduating from uni, or you're just you have never worked in Scotland before, you have never worked with NHS and you're just starting, this is what you will be getting paid as a band 5 nurse, as a new entry band 5 nurse. I hope you guys are not getting confused because I am trying to explain it properly. If you're not getting it, rewind and listen again. Which means that what I'm saying now may not be what I'm getting presently, because as your years of experience continues to accumulate, as you continue to get more experience under your belt, your salary keeps going up till you get to the top of your band, and you need to move to another band before you can get a salary. So for the month of May 2024, my hourly pay was at £14.3048. Just put it at £14.3. So that was what I was paid per hour as a band 5, as a new band 5 nurse then. So for that particular month, I got a basic pay of £2,519.08. Next, I worked a few Saturday and Sunday hours. For the Saturday hours, I was paid £49.35. For my Sunday hours, which was 11.5 hours, I was paid 98.70 pence. So obviously a Sunday pay is higher than the Saturday pay. Next are the night hours. Now the night hours is actually from the previous month and not from that particular month. So the fact that you work night shift this month doesn't mean you will get paid for night that very month. So just get the whole thing. So for the previous month, I worked night shifts, and because of that night shifts, I had another extra pay of 21 pounds point 46 pence. Then I also worked some public holiday Saturday, Sunday hours, and I also worked some public holiday night hours, and I had another public holiday. So that month it was just piling up. So for the public holiday Saturday hours, I was paid about an extra 15 pounds point 54 pence. For the Sunday hours, I was paid 22 pounds point 57 pence. Then for public holiday night hours, I was paid another 8 pounds point 84 pence. Then for public holiday hours again, I was paid 21 pounds 63 pence. Next, I had an arrears of pay. This is because before they started paying me as a band 5 nurse, my PIN was already out. So I was already working as a band 5 nurse. So there were some actual weeks or hours that I worked as a band 5 while my pay was still on the band 4. So they had to backdate my payments and make sure that I got paid for those hours. And because of that, I was paid 116 pounds point 93 pence. That's a lot if you ask me. So when all of this was accumulated or added together, it came down to a total of 2,874 pounds point 10 pence. So that means my salary for that month was 2,874 pounds. But if you think that I earned all that and that was all I took home, you must be joking. You are joking. HMRC, they're smiling like this. Come baby, come baby. So let's go over to how much was taken back into the system. This is because the way UK system works, tax deductions are used to keep the country running. So the water you're getting, the road, waste, everything that is just making that country function is being done with your tax. So they must always take their tax if you want to enjoy their amenities. So before we go over to the deductions and you will know what exactly I took home, let's quickly give a shout out to the sponsors of today's video, which are the IELTS brand that I've always been talking about since last year. IELTS Coaching Limited is a brand I have been working with now for over a year, or I've been partnering with for over a year, because I trust their coaching services. Their pass rate has been about 98% since I have been working with them, and now they have group coaching tutorials for those who are interested in preparing for their IELTS, which would include speaking interviews for the students, daily reading challenges. They'll also get daily listening challenges. The IELTS tutors would be helping you to review your essays. So they'll be vetting your writing essays and correcting your mistakes. You will also be getting standard mock exams, all in the group training, lasting for a period of 3 months. And during these 3 months, the tutors will be helping you to derive or develop strategies that will help you to pass the exam on your first sitting. For students who are registering from Nigeria, the fee is 40,000 naira, but you get a 10,000 naira off if you use the link in my description. And if you're not the kind of person that does well in a group coaching, there are also options for one-on-one coaching. For more information regarding that, you can visit their website. I'll also leave it down in my description box below. Let us talk about how much the system took back from me that particular month. So for my income tax, I paid a total of 320 pounds point 32 pence. Then I also paid a national insurance of 146 pounds 09 pence. Now here is another extra deduction, which is the superannuation. Now this is like a pension program for NHS staff. It is not compulsory, it is optional. You can decide to be a part of it, and you can also decide to opt out. For personal reasons, I am yet to opt out of the NHS pension scheme. In the future, I may decide to opt out, which means that all the money that have been removed or deducted from my pay as pension would be returned back to me after they've removed their tax. Do you get what it means? So, and if I decide to stay on the NHS pension scheme till retirement age, I will be able to get my pension. So it depends on you. So a lot of people do not pay this last superannuation, which is about 8.2% of my earning, and I paid a total of £235.68. So all the total that was deducted from my salary that month was a total of £702.09, which means that very month I took home £2,172.01 from my earning of £2,874.10. That was a lot of mathematics and calling numbers. But note some things, that in that particular month, I had night hours, I had public holiday hours, I had weekend hours, and I also got arrears of pay from the previous month that I worked as a band 5. So it means that there are months where I could earn less, and there are months that I could also earn more, depending on my years of experience, how many hours I worked, and what type of shifts, be it night, weekend, nights on the weekend. Like, do you get how that thing works? So that is what paycheck looks like for an entry level band 5 nurse in NHS Scotland. Please note that that was as May 2024. There have been so many changes to the pay right now in NHS Scotland with the new 5.5% rise, which means that if you're coming in as an entry level nurse in NHS Scotland now, you'll be earning more than this. Get my point? More than this. But just before you start converting my money to millions in naira, please note the following: that you'll be paying your rent in pounds, you'll be paying your council tax in pounds, you would be paying for transportation, feeding, anything you're paying for is being paid for in pounds. So the fact that earning millions of naira a month qualifies you as a millionaire in Nigeria, it doesn't mean that you are also qualified as a millionaire in UK. Use your sense. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of my videos related to Scotland, click on this playlist here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.